Buongiorno, my friend. How are you today? Let's discuss a little bit of the news that we see around, even if there is nothing really happening. But new day, new name. Like AC Milan every day has a new name for the market. Usually it's a high profile name. Then we discover how much it costs and we go into an unknown player that nobody ever saw or nobody wants, and we try to get that one. Sorry. The modus operandi of AC Milan is that they offer less, let's say 15 millions plus bonuses is the first offer to reach 18 millions. The club says, no, we want more. And AC Milan said, we give you 20 millions. No, okay, we don't get anybody, and we try to go into another more unknown profile. This has been the trend of the market so far. Let me joke. Today we have a few news. We have also Inter and the Lookman, which is big news. I don't know how much of this is true, but they say that Inter already had a deal with the player. So with Lookman, they already agreed on the basis of the contract, while the price is pretty high because Atalanta, according to the rumors, asks for like 55 to 60 millions. Okay, it's a lot of money, but Lookman is a high-profile player. He is really good. He's a player that I like a lot, and he could do really well at Inter. What happens in Milan? Pubill. Ma come? But who is Pubill? You don't know Pubill. But I am ashamed of you. You should know. He plays in Spain. Did you ever watch La Liga? I see where the misunderstanding is. He doesn't play in the first, in La Liga, but in the second division of La Liga. It's like Serie B. See, no, he's great. No, trust me, he's great. No, now before, I don't want to judge players before I see them in my team usually, because, a lot of things can change, the environment, the coach. So we can never be sure on how a player will perform. But are we seriously considering to get like a second division player and as a starter of AC Milan? Because, it could be a genius and it could become the best player ever. But I don't know. I want sometimes to see, to hear good names as well. Like we always hear these names that cost like 10 to 20 million. It's always the same practice. Like when I'll never hear like I don't know, Milan is trying to get Ederson from Atalanta or Nuno Tavares to replace Hernandez. No, we stay here, we see what happens. And Milan had like a decent start of the market. I thought it was an active start. You get Allegri, Modric is a good bonus. You get Ricci, then Yashari happened, and 2 million. 2 million is the limit for AC Milan. There's like a limiter, like in music, that when you go past that threshold, that's it. AC Milan says no, 2 millions, no, 20 millions. So it is an interesting concept. So talking about Inter as well. If Lookman goes to Inter, will he play with Thuram? Will Thuram be sold? Because there were like some rumors about players at Inter that who wants to stay stays, who wants to leave leaves, and I don't think it's that simple. Look at Çalhanoğlu, for example. Okay, so Çalhanoğlu is the number one player that Inter wants, an Interist, I think, at this point wants to get rid of. Çalhanoğlu is hated in Milano by both now, okay? But recent rumors also say that Çalhanoğlu might stay at Inter. So the thing here is that Inter must find a replacement for Çalhanoğlu, I'm guessing, before they sell the player, and nobody is going to give you 30 millions for Çalhanoğlu because age is too old for that kind of money, in my opinion. And it is the good thing to do, if this is what they're doing, is to, replace the player or be sure that you can replace the player with a decent profile, with a good profile, and then do it. unlike we did at AC Milan, where we we gave away Theo Hernandez and that we have no replacement, and the replacement will be a probably cheap random player that we don't know. It's not going to be a big profile, I think, because knowing how this management works, even with Tare, nothing changed in AC Milan. It's the same process all over again, and this is Furlani's doing the algorithm. I don't even know what is Tare doing, but we don't know a lot of things that happens behind the curtain. So maybe now they will do some amazing purchases from Real Madrid. It was Garcia they were talking about, but these are just names that appears on the newspaper, and none of them is true. And I think AC Milan is the team right now that had so many news from like so many random names. Then you hear how much they earn or how much they cost, and you see that there is no way that Milan will try to get those players. Like there was also Jackson from Chelsea. No, Milan will never split. I mean, we're struggling to give these 2 millions to Yashari. Yashari, then again, I'm gonna say this again. Yashari, we did a good offer from Yashari, so this is a bit of a fault of Bruges that wants 40 millions. But when you lowball everybody, I guess that's what you can expect. And I don't know if they appreciated the move with the Keteler. I don't know if there is some grudge or something, or they just try to get money. But even now, like every team asks you a lot of money for any player. Look at Luca. Luca went to Napoli, okay? Good, because there were rumors about Luca and AC Milan, but I don't want, it's my thing. I don't like Luca as a player, okay? He might be great with Conte, but he's not the type of player that I like, really, okay? So he went to Napoli, but it costed a lot of money. And if you ask to Napoli's fans, you'll see that they're not too happy about this kind of purchase. But, we'll see how that goes. So the striker, we have the striker thing going on now in AC Milan because Santi Jimenez, it seems that Allegri doesn't like him or something. I don't know what's going on there, but Milan needs a second striker because Colombo is going to go away and Morata is still at Galatasaray. Who else? Abraham went back to Rome. So we have Camarda is gone to Lecce. So we have nobody. We need a striker and fullbacks and a midfielder. We need a lot of players still, but the fullbacks are the important ones in my opinion. But let's talk about the strikers. So the striker for AC Milan, now the names that you see are Boniface, how do you pronounce this? Damn it, from Leverkusen. That first I don't believe as any names that comes out. It's too expensive. They want 40 millions, I think. 40 millions is too much, and AC Milan will never pay something like this for a player that gets so many injuries because he's always injured, like heavy injuries. And okay, you can say he can play with with Santi Jimenez, or they can sub for each other, but Milan is not going to pay that much money, so he's out of the picture. Vlahovic is the realistic one because Vlahovic is a problem at Juventus. Juventus has these problems called Vlahovic because they pay him $12 million euros a year. That's a lot of money because Vlahovic is not worth that much. Let's be clear. But Vlahovic is getting those money. Why should he renounce those money to join a club that doesn't even play the Champions League? So it's understandable, but they're trying to solve this situation with Juventus. They were thinking about selling him for 20 millions, right? So to not lose money on the deal. 20 millions is perfect for AC Milan, but AC Milan will never give him this kind of salary. I don't know how that is going to go, but I think in the end, Vlahovic might come to AC Milan with a lower salary. I don't know if they're going to give them... I mean, the max, I think now... Who is this? Leao, right? That earns the most. I don't know how much he earns, but I can expect maybe 5 millions, maybe 6, but it's a stretch. And that will mean that Santi will not play as a main striker, which is, I don't know, because I have good feelings about Santi, okay? The problem is that I don't know how Allegri wants to play. So, Allegri, if you have been following the training session of AC Milan or the Instagram and that kind of stuff, you will see that Leao is on fire and look how good Ruben Loftus Super Chick looks with those abs. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And now there's the genius idea of Allegri that is talked about the newspaper or whatever Instagram post you can check, which is to Leao will not do defensive phase. No, amazing. My mind is blown. But how do you do that? Well, you get like a midfielder that slides to the left when Leao is attacking, or just slides to the left to cover for Leao. You get the right winger maybe coming back and help defend. So Pulisic maybe coming down and defending. It's a 4-4-2. Basically, it's a 4-4-2. That's the idea. But the Leao seems pretty, I don't know. He is gonna be the protagonist because everything now turns around Leao. Like he comes to the training earlier. Oh, mamma mia! I mean, no, which is good. Okay, okay. No jokes, no jokes. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I'm happy that he's showing some motivation. That is great. Let's hope to see some results on the pitch. Problem is that we lack half of the team because we need to get some fullbacks. So whatever this Pubill, or wasn't that the brother of the PSG player Doué? It's gone. It's gone, I guess, because Premier League teams came and took him. Also about Pubill, I think there is a Premier League team on him. And you know that when there's the time to raise or pay commissions, Milan will not do it. So I have no idea what the hell we're gonna do about the fullback. But whoever we get, it will never be the same as the Hernandez, and we should not expect a profile like that. I expect like at least a decent profile, but I'm sad that we can't shoot for affirmed players, and we always have to get these gambles and hope that they turns out well. This is basically what AC Milan has been doing, which is a mid-table team strategy. Because even if Inter now spends 60 millions for Gigio, lapsus. Lookman. That's serious. That's a serious amount of money for a player that has demonstrated in the Serie A to be good. The players we got right now, we got Ricci, which was okay. We're gonna see how he will do. Modric is amazing, obviously, but 40 years old. We need to fix, and I hope we can do something that Tare or the algorithm at this point does some magic and brings us something. But I'll let you go because otherwise I'm be speaking too long about these kind of things. What's going on? Even Juventus is not moving that much either. Rumors about Sancho and Rashford. We're close to Rashford too. My god damn. All right. Have a nice one.